This is a second video which I want to make in relation to the first video, which is a commentary on Honorable Renbo Paita's involvement or the case involving Honorable Renbo Paita being found guilty of bribery in the 2023 Lagaip supplementary elections. In this case, Honorable Renbo Paita was found guilty of electoral bribery during the 2023 supplementary election, in which Honorable Amos Akem was installed as the member-elect for the electorate. This case has already clearly indicated that the actions of the minister now, the mining minister who was then the finance minister now, is in breach of first the Constitution. Section 27 of the Constitution says that a public office holder should not place himself in a position where his position is in conflict of interest. And the second thing is that it must not, the position in which he or she places himself must not undermine the public trust. Now, in this case, when Honorable Renbo Paita, the minister, is involved in bribery, now it looks clearly that he has placed himself in a position where it undermines public trust. It also is in conflict of interest of his duties and responsibilities as a minister and as a national leader. Now, secondly, it is also in breach of Section 103 of the Criminal Code, in which the actions of the minister in bribing voters is criminal in nature. Also in a line to Section 215 of the Organic Law on Local Level Governments and National Elections, someone bribing or use of undue influence to convince voters to vote for your candidates or to vote for yourself is criminal in nature, which gives us assurance that there is enough evidence, or the rule of law has found enough evidence to find the minister guilty of electoral bribery. Now, this means that the Ombudsman Commission has now foundation, or has now enough evidence or substance to launch investigation into Honorable Renbo Paita. I must also call upon Ombudsman to launch investigation on such leaders like this. Leaders who are found guilty, they warrant enough evidence to launch investigations into them and refer them to the public prosecutor and possibly set up a tribunal. Now, Ombudsman Commission has been very, very quiet for a long time, and there is suspicion that there has been political interference in its operations. Now, I must also state strongly that Ombudsman Commission needs to wake up. It needs to wake up. It has been too long that this very important institution has been sleeping. Ombudsman Commission must rise up. Now, to those officers, especially in the Ombudsman Commission, if you are not capable of performing your duties and responsibilities without fear or favor, you better just leave the office and go. There are many other credible officers who can deal with matters without fear or favor. If you don't have to make him work, why bother hanging there and you keep the nation at ransom and allow the leaders to continue to steal and break rules and continue to be criminals at the broad daylight? We need leaders to be held accountable. If officers like the commissioner, if they're in the sense are not able to perform their duties and responsibilities without fear or favor, with any undue influences, you feel that you are unfit, you better just leave the office. Resign. Why are you being in there so stingy and you want to be there and you have the title and you just want to get paid? The taxpayers' money paying you. You better just resign and go. Now, for such cases like Honorable Renbo Paita's case and any other leaders like Honorable John Rosso's case, we must know that these are clearly offenses which the leaders are already found guilty, and now this warrants enough evidence for the Ombudsman Commission to launch investigation and refer them to the public prosecutor and set up possibly a tribunal, leadership tribunal. We look at the countries around us, look at Burkina Faso now. A very young leader is leading his country, Burkina Faso, and is making very, very tough decisions, very strategic. And this country cannot wait for the next 50 to 60 to 100 years again to develop. We have taken a bunch of 50 years to waste it, and we need real tangible changes. And this can only happen if our institutions like Ombudsman Commission get to task investigations and hold leaders accountable and prosecute them. I should now also call upon the Prime Minister to do the honorable thing by removing Honorable Renbo Paita as the mining minister, and he should now step down. Or he should also voluntarily step down because he has been found guilty of committing electoral offense. And therefore, to save some integrity, Prime Minister has to do the right thing by removing Honorable Renbo Paita as the minister. And maybe Honorable Renbo Paita can clear his name maybe in court if he wants to appeal his case. Now, you cannot continue to support a party leader who is found guilty of an electoral offense or electoral bribery, and this doesn't show that the party leader is credible enough to maintain leadership at the party level and also at the national level. Therefore, the member must resign from our party, or the party leader has to step aside and clear his name. And this will also save the integrity of the party, our party. Now, the second is that some of you members of parliament, especially those of you members who are part or the members of our party, have been so loyal. I mean, there is no offense for being loyal, but loyalty to a point where even though the minister is now being found guilty, you are still that loyal. Some of you have never even proven yourself to be independent and maintain public integrity and trust, but yet you have shown so much loyalty. Now it is obvious that this is how he aided you or all of you to win your elections, and that's why you have been so supportive. Anyway, you have to save some integrity by distancing yourself when your party leader is now being found guilty. You have to distance yourself now. You save some of your integrity. Your electors now look upon you. You must know that the people of Insafen have nominated and voted Honorable Renbo Paita. The people of Nawai have nominated and voted Honorable Tio Pelgens. Now, all of you in your own electorates, your own people in your electorates have nominated you and voted you. You know, over the line of Insafen, he voted you. Now, that is why you are so loyal to your party leader, even though when he is found guilty, you have to make a stand. You have to be accountable to your people, and that is by distancing yourself, and you have to show that you have integrity. You cannot play second fiddle. You cannot submit the mandate that your people have given you under someone who is incapable of leading a party and under someone who is incapable of leading a nation at the national level. I must also challenge you that members must make a stand. The party executives must make a stand, must make a bold move now to maybe step aside, ask the minister to step aside and let there be investigation, let him clear his name in court, or maybe if you want to take this case up to Supreme Court to clear his name and maybe appeal, and he can proceed on with that. But to save the party, he must step aside. Now, some of you leaders have been working with international partners to bring in services. I know Honorable Masnar Work has been working with DFAT and also some OSAID, Australian government, and so has some other members, maybe not in Morobe, but some other provinces as well too. They work with international partners. Now, working with donor agencies and development partners is very, very important. One key element in working with them is accountability. When you are accountable, then the donor agencies and international agencies trust your accountability, your leadership, and your leadership is credible. They want to build long-lasting relationship with you to develop your district. Now, in this sense, if you have been working with them, you must know that your integrity and your accountability is in question now, because you are now being loyal to someone who has already been found guilty of an indictable offense, of an offense which by law is criminal in nature, bribing voters to convince them to vote for his or her candidates. Now, therefore, I am asking you to distance yourself to save some integrity, because development partners would not like to work with people who are loyal to corrupt leaders. Now this will save yourself. You are a mandated leader. Make a stand so that you will be able to contribute independently to the development of this nation, to policy making, to law making as well. There are some people who may think that this sounds funny and maybe sound political. I must say that Morobe province is a very big province. It is an important asset to this nation. Why do I say that? Morobe province nearly contributes 1 to 2 billion in tax alone to the national budget. Now it has somewhere around 674 million people from 2011 census. Now looking at that, we are the biggest province in the country. We have somewhere around nearly 1 million now from 2011 to 2025. Now our population has maybe doubled, and we look at now nearly 1 million people in Morobe province. Now economically, this province houses the commercial hub of the nation, and therefore it is very critical that we need leaders who are honest, we need leaders who are transparent, we need leaders who are accountable in their actions, and leaders who are forward-thinking, who are proactive, who are vibrant in addressing corruption or fighting corruption, who can come up with sound policies so that we provide leadership at the national level and we provide leadership at the provincial level. On this note, I must also call upon Honorable Governor for Morobe, Luta Akisa-Owenge. You have spent a long time being complacent, and you being complacent has weakened the public trust on the leadership of Morobe. Stop being complacent. Provide leadership at the provincial level. Provide leadership at the national level. And we want to see that Morobe we once knew. We want to see Morobe being vibrant at the national level. We want to see Morobe coming up with sound policies. We want to see Morobe endorsing legislations which are in accordance to the Constitution. We are a very important province to this nation. We contribute the second largest portion of tax to this government after NCDC. NCDC is the first. We are the second, third and fourth, NI and Hela and Southern Islands. These are resource-rich provinces. I am now calling upon all members, especially the members of our party members, to withdraw your support for the party, for our party. And by then we can say that yes, you are not cheap leaders. You are leaders. You have been mandated by your people, and you have not been just brought from anywhere else just because there's a number shortage in parliament, so they randomly look around for people to fit you in, then they brought you in there. No, people mandated you. You are a leader, and make your stance and show some integrity. Thank you.